It's on. Nobody's talking. Nobody here? That's fine. I'll hang out. Maybe they come, maybe they don't. Oh. Maybe some people are watching this after. Maybe they're not. Maybe everybody's sick of this guy. Nobody shows up. It's a really short show. Because I don't want to just sit here and talk to myself. Well, I can sit here and talk to myself in the shop. I do that sometimes. Oh, maybe some of us are here. Kaplaw's here. Pinnell's here. He's probably talking now while we watch ads. We both know that you don't watch the ads. The ads that have been coming up on all of my stuff. I don't know what kind of ads you guys get, but I get really long, boring ass ads for stuff that I don't care about. Like, I get like 20-minute long infomercials about this scam artist trying to get people to buy his diet program or something, like, and just sometimes I'll get a thing that is actually relevant, but a lot of times it's like these scam people that are like, hey, just sign up for free to my new program, and then it's like, well, together I'll teach you how to do a stupid thing that makes the world a worse place or whatever. And it's like, make money fast using my new 8-step approach to scamming your neighbors kind of stuff. It's like, here's what I had turned today. I'm holding it up in front of the camera. That's really nice. That's really nice, Kapla. Good work. Chris Walters is here. Hello. I'm here in my garage with my Lamborghini surrounded by knowledge. Yeah. I have cracked the code on how to make a 6-figure income per month using these easy 5 steps. All you got to do is sign up, and I'll send you the free information. These people are all scam artists. Don't do that. If we were on Zoom instead of YouTube, you could see what I made. Yep. Or if you were on social media platforms, you could send it to me. Or you could send it by email. You can send. I have my computer these days, most of the time. It's going back in the house pretty soon. But these days, it's out here in the shop, and sometimes we actually look at people's stuff. They send me things, and then we look at it. Like right now, for example, I was actually just about to comment on Mr. Todd Lajeunesse' new bowl that he posted on Instagram. I have a feeling that Mr. Lajeunesse went through the bottom of that cherry blank and then scarfed on a piece of walnut to remake the bottom of it. I don't know that for a fact. It is a very nice bowl. Hey, that's Mr. Lajeunesse right there. Did you go through the bottom of that and then add a piece of walnut? We've all done it. No, that was a plan? Oh, okay, good work. I mean, we've all done that. We've gone through the bottom of a bowl and been like, just put another block of wood on there and just keep carving. That was planned. All right. Email address, woodenthingsandstuff@gmail.com, my friend. Chris Walters has done it. We've all done it. I had to scab on a piece of cherry because I didn't understand the physics of a round. When I was doing the the walnut lidded box that ended up looking like the holy hand grenade thing. You guys, some of you might remember that. And because it was going this way and I separated it off, it ended up being not matchy anymore. So I just added a piece of cherry to the middle of it and recut it. It happens. It's probably what I'm going to end up doing to this guy. Hold on. This guy right here, this beauty burl that was really early, and I made a big deep mortise in the bottom of it, and then when I was carving through, I just barely went through, so I thought I'd just like do a little bit of epoxy bit in it. But what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up chopping that off and scabbing something off. It's up on the shelf of shame up there. But I do want to save that one because that is a beauty piece of stuff. I just went deep enough to show the walnut. Oh, okay. Let's switch over to the EasyWood Pro Hollower due to vibration with the bowl gouge. It's perfectly good use of a hollower. Could have done the whole thing with the hollower. On the shelf of shame, no one knows your mistakes. Well, they do when I point them out in public on the internet. And two of them were done live on the show. We got the Espave, like platter thing up there. And we've got the yellow cedar walnut. It was going to be a yarn bowl. And then I broke out the mortise. The expansion of the chuck broke out the mortise. Live on the show. Yeah, look at this. There's Waldrop guitars. Paul. Is Paul here? Have you guys seen Paul yet? Gonna make a wedgie sled tomorrow to do segments. Have fun, I guess. Segmented turning is great. It always looks awesome. It sucks to do. Like, there's a lot of steps and it's tedious. And I'm not I don't like tedious woodworking. I appreciate tedious woodworking. I don't like doing it. I will, now that I have a wedgie sled, I will do some more probably because it'll be less tedious. But it's still like glue and sand and weight and glue and sand and weight and flatten and glue and sand. And it's... Bennett's here. Hey, you wooden peeps and Mike. Hello, my friend. He's out in the shop working on his tiny trucks. I have a nice miter for my table saw, so I haven't needed the sled. Well, yeah, it's still, I mean, getting that thing dialed into 12 degrees exactly, and or whatever the number is, it's still a hassle. And then they don't match up exactly, and then you got finicky. It's finicky woodwork. And it's tedious. It like takes a long time. Glue rings of segments together, and then glue the segments into a ring, and then glue the segments together, and then you're up to the lathe. It's a lot of extra steps. It's cool though. It's cool. And like I said, I'll end up doing some more. Oh, director's here. Directed one thing, okay, and it was a collaboration effort. Like it was a co-directorship. I will give him. I won't give him like directorial credit in the credits. He didn't really. I wouldn't have considered him the director of the film. He was the cinematographer or the director of photography. RC stuff is tedious too. Give all the little mini bolts, little mini screws and stuff. Like, no. That bowl pot was scrap that I glued up. Just a lot of waste. Yeah. That's how my bottle stoppers come out. A lot of my pens are scrap. A lot of my bottle stoppers are almost always just scrap. Using up a bunch of scrap right now to make necklace pendants. This is cherry and Peruvian walnut that I glued together and then carved out. Yesterday. Glued it together a couple of days ago. Cut it out yesterday. I've got a bunch of them. They just like laminate up like little 1/8-inch bits. I've got some with the Peruvian walnut on the outside and the cherry on the inside. Wait, that is sapili or kaya on the inside. I don't know which. Probably sapili. Then I've got a bunch more glued up over here. Take one of those out. That is Panama rosewood and red oak in the middle. That's gonna be snazzy. If that was only partial director, imagine how good it would be if he directed it all. Well, yeah, maybe. Maybe. If I put him entirely in charge of both direction and editing, it would be interesting. It would be interesting. Is that the same chunk of rosewood you wowed me with? Yes. It is it's a piece of that rosewood, yeah. Obviously, it's not the whole thing. But yeah, it's a good sized chunk of Panama rosewood that it's the leftovers from the strips that are going into the walnut and rosewood guitar. I had a bunch of leftover 1/8-inch strips that went into the neck. And so I've glued them to pieces of other things to make necklace pendants. Sent you pics of the Notre Dame ring and pen. Let's check it out. Oh, I got something from Kapla as well. Oh, right, the Notre Dame bench seat. That is a pen made out of an old seat from Notre Dame football stadium. And it's a ring sitting in a ring on the bottom of a bowl made from, and that's a gift for your dad, I think you said, who's a big Notre Dame fan. That's cool. Let's see what Kapla has to say. He made cherry something, little bowl. Sweet. Right on. A little show and tell. But what'd you make this week? Get it? Because the joke is that you don't make things. Get it? Mine is from Cherry Tree that I got a few weeks ago with a friend for Yoko. Is that from before the fire? Different. In fact, not even pronounced the same. Notre Dame University football and Notre Dame Cathedral are not the same thing. God. Idiot. Oh, thanks for being here, guys. I'm not. I was about to say I wasn't having a great week, like emotionally, but I'm not. Just like still, it's just kind of a hard week on the brain box. I was like, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends on the internet, and it'll make me feel better, and so do that. I sent pics of my projects too, Bennett says. Oh, look out. Here we go. Now we're over on Facebook. Bennett's putting what? Springs and stuff in? I don't know what you're doing here. Bennett's working on his little truck. Was it a new paint job? Oh, those are two different trucks. You can't fool me. Just David Buffington, you're having a rough week too, my friend. Welcome. Hang out, have some fun with us. Have a beverage if that's your thing. Just crossed my mind. Wonder if anyone has ever showed up to some famous place with a Ryowa saw. Probably. But famous, depending on how famous it is, they might not have gotten past security. My email, Chris, is woodenthingsandstuff@gmail.com. Imagine walking into Graceland trying to quickly cut a piece. Yeah. Yeah. Or like Westminster Abbey. Just take like off a leg of a pew or something. Oh, Buffington ran out last night. We'll be here for a bit if you want to go grab. woodenthingsandstuff@gmail.com. That is correct. Mr. Pinnell is helping you out. Oh, now I'm going over to Instagram for Peterson. God, at least he showed up. It's the first show that Peterson's been here for this year. Except that I've got attachment unavailable. Oh, that was Monday. And I've got use the latest app. That's what it says. Use the latest app to see this type of message. So I guess I'm going to have to check it out on my phone after the show. We can't do show and tell with Peterson. We're friends on Facebook, right? You can send it to me on Facebook. I think. Are we friends on Facebook? You email it to me. Whatever. We're doing show and tell night. Everybody show me what you're working on. woodenthingsandstuff@gmail.com. or you can message me on Facebook at Wooden Things and Stuff. Or if we're friends on Facebook, you can message me directly, and then I don't have to go to my business page. That'd be cool. There's Pinnell just showing up with a new thing. Oh, that's not a new thing. That's lies. You showed me that was a set. That's a set that you made like at Christmas or something. It's nice. I want to say some kind of mahogany. Maybe. I don't remember. But looks like some kind of mahogany-esque. I would venture a guess and say that it's in the Melisae family. Maybe. I'm back in a little bit. Got to drive home. Are you going? Parksville? Are you down in Parksville right now? Or are you in Campbell River and driving home? Going to be starting on a segmented with Oak and Purple Heart. Cool. Fair difference in the quality of cut between those two. That'll be an interesting turn. There's a pretty significant difference between the grain structures of those two woods. Spin fast. Yatoba. It's not in the Melisae family. Is that a chunk of floor? It's closer to cherry than mahogany, actually. I want to say. Over at wood-database.com. Hymenea gorbaril. I have turned a couple of pieces of Yatoba. It's heavy. It's pretty hard. It's pretty tough. It moves a ton. The movement, the TR ratio of 1.9. Radial movement of 4.2%, tangential of 8.0. It moves a lot. It's pretty wood, though. I've turned a couple of things from it. It's a very attractive wood. Snuck into my dining room with a Ryoba saw. Yeah, it's a famous landmark. Pinnell's living room. Just in the corner, just cut out a little, cover it with molding. Cherry turns so nice after playing with Osage Orange. Yeah, I bet. Cherry turns nice after playing with anything more difficult to work with than cherry. Every time I go back to like cherry or walnut, I'm like, oh, it's fun to turn. I remember that. Just sent you a picture of a 3D printed blank I turned into a keychain. Sent it to me on Facebook. On my business page on Facebook. Ugh. Let's go to yet another place on the internet to find another show and tell. It's fine. It's fun. We're here having fun. Chris Walt. Ooh, that's pretty cool. It's a really small picture that doesn't want to get bigger, but hold on. Oh, my computer is being weird, but that's pretty cool. So you like 3D printed like the crosshatchy bits and then filled it with epoxy? That's rad. Just sending pics in email. Here we go. David Buffington. Hey! Like, shop stand. Completely different kind of woodworking, but I love it. Piece of melamine on top of some 2x4. Screwed together. Perfectly functional shop table of some kind. Boom. Boom. See, I'm not all about fancy pants. Sometimes you get something made to be functional. It's awesome. Did I get your pedestal? Oh, some other pics from Kapla. Oh, that's cool too. It's another piece of cherry, I think. It's like a little goblet kind of looking thing, like a tulip cup kind of thing. That's rad. That's cool too. It's show and tell night. That's fun. So you're 45 years old. Oh, what is this? Ooh, let's see, you're putting a laser on it. So I'm not 45 years old. Thank you very much. Am I? Nope. 45 in August, I think. 79. How is your overall health, if you don't mind me asking? I don't mind you asking anything. I don't really know because I don't really doctor. I've had some back injuries that give me problems. I don't get sick very often. My immune system is pretty good. I spend a lot of time in a dusty environment, so I'm a little sniffly at most times. But like, I don't know if I have anything serious because I don't really go for like testing and things. But overall, pretty good. I'm losing some weight from moving from a desk job to a moving around job. So like I'm slimming down a little bit, which is probably good for me. So I'm carrying less on my frame these days than I have. I probably have an advantage in terms of my overall general health in that, like, I was a fairly high level serious athlete for the first like 17 years I was alive. So like I started out in a pretty good place before I started going downhill health-wise. My general health is okay. Some high blood pressure. Yeah, my blood pressure probably isn't awesome. But I don't know. And my back, I have some back problems, but I think I attribute my back problems to a skiing injury. When I was about 16, I paralyzed myself on the side of a mountain skiing. Did some damage to my spinal cord, and now I've got a disc in there that doesn't like, and so my muscles like try to protect it, and sometimes it does bad things. But did you like the keychain? I really like the keychain. It's super cool. Here. My liver's probably not awesome. My liver's probably not great. My lungs probably aren't great. Like, from a medical perspective. But, like, I feel pretty good. I don't wheeze at the top of stairs as much as I used to. I'm in better shape than I was 3 years ago. Hey, Paul, we're having show and tell. I can show and tell one of Paul's right now. Paul right now is working on, just saw it. There it is. Paul's working on a whiskey barrel guitar, I think. Just got a sliver in my thumb. From my bench, maybe. I'm on medication that increases my appetite and makes me gain weight. I get random aches and pains in different areas, and I'm 47. That sucks. But we're all struggling through the world in different ways. I hope all the best for you. Aches and pains in different areas. Yeah, the first time that I ever was like, damn, dude, you got old. I like threw out my back putting on socks. Like, I just bent over to put on a sock and my back was like, nope. And down on the floor I went, and like, it's like, dude, you just threw out your back, like, to the point of going to the hospital to get medication from putting on socks, yo. And I was like 34, maybe. It was not old enough to be throwing out my back putting on socks. Whiskey barrel top with pine body. Sweet. I need to do two collaborations with somebody, both with wood and resin. Why do you need to do 2 collaborations with somebody? Like, I could be part of that, but like, I'm curious as to why you need to do that. Send me an email with the deets. We'll see if we can make it work. Is it like we'll send stuff back and forth? And like, I do a bit and then you do a bit, or vice versa? As long as the shipping isn't stupid. Hold on. Chris is in one of the Carolinas. Maybe. Maybe. So, if I'm wrong, I don't think I'm going to get it right. I want to say one of the Carolinas. I'm waiting for people to send me more. Don't send me any more things. That's enough show and tell. I made this. I made a little pendant. Paul makes some cool stuff. He does make some cool stuff. Makes a lot of Telecasters, though. It's funny because it's funny because we're friends, and I can make fun of him for only making Telecasters. But he can make fun of me for not actually making the guitars that I set out to make. So, I mean, who's winning that argument? Like, he is. If I'd be like, yeah, well, at least I'm not just making Telecasters all the time, he'd be like, yeah, well, you've only made one damn guitar. So, You have a scroll saw? I do not have a scroll saw. I have access to a scroll saw. Down at the shop, we have a scroll saw. Tellies pay the bills. Hey, absolutely. And I mean, once you get good at it, keep on keeping on. Like, if people want tellies and you're good at making tellies and you can churn them out quicker, that pays even more bills per hour. More bill paying per hour is good. This is the last Saturday of the month. Any progress on the resolutions? The resolutions were, let me think. I got to remember what they were. Shop reno, no progress. Be more positive, or not be more positive. Actively appreciate the good things in the world. Yes, I would say that I am doing that. I'm doing a good job on that one. What else were there? Oh, three guitars this year. No more progress on that yet. I don't remember. I don't remember what the resolutions were. I were 5. Shop reno, obviously no progress on that because that's like a major endeavor that needs nice weather. 3 guitars. Actively appreciate the good things in the world. I am winning on that one. This one is a substantial piece of furniture. No progress on that yet. It's only the end of the first month. Settle down. What's what's the little piggy that went wee all the way home? What's that resolution? Substantial furniture piece, yeah. Was there only 4? No, there was 5. I'm sure there were. Tim, it was not the shop stool. Shut up. I feel better sharing that info about me, and I appreciate your response. Thank you very much. That's what this show is all about. It's about being honest with each other and being part of a community of people who care about each other. That's what we're supposed to do, my friend. What's the last? It's bothering me what my last resolution was. Piece of furniture. Substantial piece of furniture. 3 stringed instruments. Positive or actively appreciate the good things in the world. Shop renovation and blank. Did the link show? What link? You can't post links. Only Pinnell can post links. I have given one person the power. Was it more art? No, it wasn't more art. Should have been. I don't think it was more art. May have been another carryover. What was the second one? That I like harkened back to last year's resolution video, and I was like, let's roll the tape. And it was the stringed instruments one and the lighting one, which became the renovation. I don't remember what my last resolution was. We could watch the video. That'd be good. Let's watch that video again. Doesn't matter. So not a lot of progress on the resolutions, Pinnell. Thanks very much. But winning one, and 11 months left for the rest of them. Watch it again. Yeah. Because Pinnell doesn't actually watch my videos. Because he's not a good friend. What's the view count on Bennett's video? First of all, it's not Bennett's video. Okay? And I don't want to tell you because you called it Bennett's video. Okay? It's about 1,100 or so. But probably half of them are from Pinnell putting like 12 tabs of it open and hitting loop on it and just like letting it run. I'm sure it is. Because he wanted to make it look like Bennett was better at this than me. So he was like, because he wanted to make me feel bad. Yeah, that's what he wanted. His like one of his major goals in life is to like make me feel worse about myself. Like I don't know why. It only counts as one view even when I had 16 going at the same time. Well, did you have 16? Yeah, you have to have them going on different accounts. Pretty sure, like per. But even on like, so you could just play it once on loop, and every 27 minutes I would get another view. Maybe it's not all about you. Maybe he's trying to make me feel better, huh? Yeah. Well, that's what I initially thought. Was like, don't give Mike a big head about this, like by. And he was like, that's the only reason I'm doing it is to make Mike feel like he's important. But what I think he's actually doing is to try and make me feel less important. It's per IP, I'm sure. Okay, I tried the link with spaces to see if it would show. Didn't see it. YouTube is smarter than that. Was it about doing? Yes, John, thank you. It was a charity fundraiser of some kind. A community build charity fundraiser situation. That was the last one. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So no movement on that either. But that is, yeah, that's the last resolution. Some kind of let's all build a thing and raise some money for mental health. I'll post it for you. Pinnell has posted it for you. And if you fall for that, I have a piece of real estate that you can buy. And I've figured out these 5 easy steps for you to make 6-figure income per month with passive income with almost no effort. All you have to do is email me your email address and sign up for my newsletter, and I'll send you the information about how to go about that. It's a Google Drive link, not a YouTube link. Yeah, that's the joke. That's the joke. Because that link is I know what that link is to without even clicking on it. Hopefully we'll have your box finished tomorrow. I've been slacking. You don't need to rush on sending me things, my friend. I'm happy to receive things from my friends whenever they show up. I would say write them down and post it in the shop. The lack of progress. I do want to replace that cork board over in the corner. I do want to replace with a whiteboard, which is going to be a theory. No, it's not going to be a theory. In theory, it's where I'm going to have like my next few things to accomplish on it, so that I can try to keep track of what I'm supposed to be working on at any given time. It's not necessarily going to be laid out like a calendar, like today you're going to cut 2 dovetails and today blah, 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 blah. But like my next couple of projects, and then maybe some overarching, maybe the resolutions will be on there. But I want to, the cork board has just become cluttered nonsense. And I think a whiteboard would be better. So that should have been a resolution, because that one I'm probably going to do next week. Peterson's back. Look out. I just sent you a message on Facebook asking about your personal Facebook page. Ugh. Damn it, Chris. Oh, what the shit. Where is it, man? I don't even know if I can send. Eric Howard sent too. Hold on. We're all good here in Queens. It's raining pretty good at Eric Howard apparently. I will send you, Chris, I'll send you a link to. We can be friends on regular Facebook as well, and not just like business associates or whatever. I'm not actually sure how to do that off the top of my head, so I'll figure it out after the show. Kapla Google Drive. Here we go. There we go. He never accepted my Facebook friend request? Like, for real? Are you making stuff up? Maybe like Facebook thought you were trying to scam me or something and didn't even tell me that was a thing. Facebook was like, there's no way he wants to be friends with that guy. There we go. Here's some more Kapla. Got some bowls, some like ambrosia maple, maybe. Some spalting in that guy. It's interesting. What's going on there? So pedestal, I got some stripes and some segments and things going in there. Oh, rad. Yeah, that's pretty slick. I like that. Yep. It's a pretty slick thing. How many damn pictures you got in here? Because it's oak. You got some spalty, probably maple. Maybe a little bit of cherry involved there as well. Some more oak over here. You fill those little gaps with some black Star Bond or some epoxy or what? Yeah, that's a cool project. That took some gluing and some waiting and some gluing and some waiting and some cutting and some gluing and some waiting. It's pecan? Okay. Pecan? Pennell never accepted mine either. He doesn't like Americans. I don't believe you. I sent you something on LinkedIn. No, you didn't. I asked to be your friend like a month or so ago. Ah, that's lies. Facebook would have told me about that, okay? Sent you 2 pen pics. Now I gotta go back to my other account. Okay, the show and tell section of the show is officially over. Can't just keep jumping around from one platform and one different places on various platforms. It was fun. I had a good time. But we gotta. Do we have to move on? Not really. We can just do whatever. People in different places for different reasons, for talking to different versions of me. The business me on Facebook, the personal me on Facebook, the Instagram stuff that, oh, here we got some more Paul Waldrop over here in Facebook. Oh, that's a pretty slick looking pen kit. A little fancier than I like in terms of like. It's cool though. A nice barrel. Oh, this is the one that, yeah. This is a slick pen. That's a nice kit. I like that. Is that one that that we were looking at William Woodwright, and I was like, ooh, that might be a thing that I have to do. He kept popping up in my suggested, and I said, fine, I'll ask to be his friend. And then I completely ignored you. That's hilarious. Because I don't know if you know this, Tyler, that like, I'm a pretty big deal. I can't just be like being friends with everybody who I pop up in their feed as a suggested thing. Like I'm kind of a big deal. And if everybody I'm suggested to sent me a friend request, I can't just like. See, if we all got in that Discord server I made, we could share each other's work. It's true. I also made a Reddit. Is that what you call it? I'm really good at internet. I made a subreddit, maybe is what it's called. I forgot that you made a Discord. It's too many platforms. Too many people in too many places on too many platforms in too many styles. You're like, let's all talk over on TikTok. Like, come on. I just can't. I can't be everywhere all the time. Okay? I'm kind of a big deal. Like I said. I gotta get rolling. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll talk again soon, my friend. Forgot until now. Well, try to remember, okay, that I'm kind of a big deal. I have many leather-bound books. My office smells of rich mahogany. I do Telegram, WhatsApp, and Zoom. I don't even know what Telegram is. I don't think that I want to. Like it's just too many. Too many. No, thank you. I don't want any more. I didn't want a Reddit, but I thought maybe why not? Because I have been spending a little bit of time over on Reddit, and it's a cool place if you curate yourself well. There's a lot of bullshit there. The same as all the social medias. There's a lot of terrible in the world and on the internet. But if you take proper precautions and self curate your own feeds on various platforms, it's not as bad as it could be. Telegram from 1890. We could do carrier pigeons or hawks. If we could send trained hawks back and forth with parchment or swallows, African swallows or European swallows. Signal? That's another thing. Oh. Do I have a fax line? I can send some project photos. Maybe. My parent, you could probably fax my parents. They probably have a fax machine in their house. I'll ask my parents what their fax number is. I'm gonna have one of my cigarette things. And then we'll keep making fun of social media platforms and non-social media ways of communicating. I need help. You can take Polaroids of your projects and then send them to me in the mail using a stamp. That'd be cool. Telegram is a widely used instant messaging app. It has gained popularity for its focus on privacy and security. Telegram's end-to-end encryption, customizable themes, and media sharing. Just too many. There's just too many. Too many places. You do some charcoal rubbings of your project and mail them. Yes, better yet, do some charcoal drawings and then send them by African swallow, tied to the leg of an African swallow. I need a new beer while I'm up. Like I said, guys, I just can't be everywhere all the time. I'm a big deal. Okay? I don't have enough time to spread around to all these different platforms. Use the pigment from 10,000 red berries and draw your art on the inside of a cave wall that hopefully we will find one day. This is also a way to communicate. You could leave a message on a cave wall using ink that you made from berries. And soot from your campfire. Because it wouldn't have been called a campfire though when they did that. That was just called fire. And it probably wasn't called fire because English wasn't a thing when the cavemen painted on the walls. That's a thing that I just said. It wouldn't have been called fire because English wasn't a thing when the cavemen painted on walls. That's a thing that I said. fire was originally called Arg, it hurts. No, it wasn't. No, because English didn't exist. They didn't have a word for hurts. Well, they probably had a word, a sound. They had a communication method for ow, that hurts, probably. But it probably wouldn't have been English. Probably wouldn't have been the word hurts. Fred Flintstone called it a fire. Yeah, but he did, like, he's not real. Like, he's not a historical figure that is accurate. Like, that's not a historically accurate show. I'm just saying. Like, they didn't like record cavemen, and then like the people of Bedrock, fictional. Just, I mean, I don't like, spoiler alert, I guess, but I really don't like popping people's bubbles like that, but you should know, like, that's a thing that I think would be best for you to be informed about. That Flintstones isn't a real accurate historical document. Text, rather, technically. Captain Caveman called it fire. I don't know who Captain Caveman is, but if he called it fire, it's also not historically accurate. Just saying. What's next? Are you going to tell me the Great Pumpkin isn't real either? Well, I can't technically do that, because I don't know for 100% certain. Since it's possible, I would think it's improbable. These ungrateful peasants. What? Like, he's very busy working part-time, playing Zelda, being thankful, and all the other things. Yeah, recognize. I think I'm closing in on the end of Tears of the Kingdom. I am still enjoying running around Hyrule. I think it might be time. It might be getting close to time that I move along. I don't want it to end, because I don't really have anything else I want to move on to, but I also kind of just don't want to be spending even 8 hours a week playing video games. Even 5 hours a week playing video games. I have better ways to spend my time than that. When his car folded up into that briefcase, he could pick it up and carry it. How much did it weigh? Don't remember his car folding up. And we're not talking about Flintstones anymore, are we? Somebody said something about George Jetson. George Jetson was real He-Man. There it is. Yeah, okay. When his car folded up into a briefcase, well, I assume that it would also be technologically advanced enough to, like, molecularly change, or have some sort of gravity changing function to it. I don't know. He may have just been really strong. I would assume that there was some technological advancement that allowed it to get lighter. Or maybe it was just always super light. Maybe it's like some kind of highly technologically advanced polycarbonate thing that the car was made out of, that it weighed almost nothing, even when it was a car. It was made out of like a really, really highly advanced polymer of some kind. Structurally sound, but very, very light. Like when you lift up like bikes these days, like mountain bikes and road bikes and stuff, and you can like lift them with like a finger because they're made out of some kind of like graphene or some kind of nonsense that's still really strong but super light. It got even better, and they started making cars out of it. The Jetsons supposedly took place in 2062. Will we have flying foldable cars in the next 40 years? Yes. I don't even know what fucking tomorrow, like, we could still be the Jetsons in 2062. Yeah, I mean, we could. Are we gonna put the effort into doing that? Probably not. Too many people in charge want to keep things the same way and or go backwards. Nope. We're gonna move on. That's getting too close. That's getting too close to a discussion that we don't want to have. So let's move on. Let's just put it this way. There is a lot of money being made to keep things not moving towards a future like that. Spending so much time trying to go to Mars when we could be saving Earth for less money. This is a good point. And we spend a lot of money trying to find a new place to wreck instead of fixing our own. If you had to move to a country that wasn't in North America, where would you go? I would probably, I want to say Australia, but the giant spiders and lizards and things. New Zealand, probably similar in terms of spider size, but I don't know that though. New Zealand seems pretty rad. I mean, but it would be weird having everything be backwards, like having the winter be in June and July and stuff. I'd have to take some time and research, but it might be somewhere Scandinavian. I do enjoy the universal healthcare and social programs that make your community a better place and things like Denmark, someplace like that. I saw a video of a guy breaking down Canada. He pointed to your area A. What? Pointed to your area, said drugs, all of them. My area of Canada? It's a strange way to, because I would point to my area and be like beautiful and community oriented. I mean, selfish assholes everywhere, but like, I live in one of the most beautiful places on the planet. Switzerland, Norway, Ireland. That's where I'd go. Although I do like Canada. Ireland's cool. It's kind of rainy. I already live like, I guess it not. Yeah, I could do Ireland because from what I understand, the like environment, the weather is like relatively similar to kind of rainy a lot of the time, but also super pretty and green. The Caribbean islands in North America. I don't technically probably they are. Pacific Northwest is awesome. I've loved every minute I've been there. Yeah, like they mistook Vancouver Island for downtown Toronto or downtown Vancouver. Downtown Vancouver, like certain areas of Vancouver are pretty bad for drugs, but certain areas of it, anytime you get a city over like 1 million people, there are going to be areas that you are have their problems. Go to Greenland or Iceland, again, both cool places. Except I know I grew up in Saskatchewan and I did enough winter. I could do it again if I had to. Like if it was like you are being forced to leave Canada and the best place I found to move to had winter, okay, I could go back and do it again, I guess. But I'd rather not. East Hastings, yeah. It's a good example. But there are areas of that in every enormous city. I'm sure there are. Planning to expat to PI. And maybe Thailand or Costa Rica. PI. Philippines? I think the Caribbean is a little of this and a little of that. Part of it is U.S. territory. I I don't know that there are any parts of the Caribbean that are U.S. territory. A lot of it is under like Scandinavian countries. Denmark, I believe, has technically some. What is Puerto Rico to the U.S.? It's like a colony of the U.S. No, it's it's a weird. There's a weird relationship between Puerto Rico and America, right? It's a. It's not a colony. It's a territory. No, but is it? No, I don't actually, off the top of my head, know what it's called. Puerto Rico's relationship to the United States, but they're like Denmark has some of those islands down in the Caribbean as those types of relationships. I believe, yeah, I was gonna say Norway, but I don't know if they do. But yeah, they like when I was in, I was only a teenager, like a young teenager, maybe even 12. Uh, but Grand Cayman, I was in the Cayman Islands for a bit, and it seemed like there was a lot of like Denmark type stuff around, if that makes sense. Come on. Well, I got a computer right here. Caribbean islands. Owner ownership. No, it's not ownership. Associations or something, maybe? I don't know. The Association of Caribbean States. Not what I'm looking for. 12 organizations helping Caribbean countries during. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, associations is not the right word. List of Caribbean islands. Let's go to Wikipedia. Because you can believe everything on Wikipedia. Who has what? The Bahamas. This is not going to give me enough information without going to each individual island. I'm absolutely not doing that live on the show. Nope. See you next time. All right, later, Kapla. He's like, this show sucks. Grand Cayman. I want to feel like it was Cayman Islands. Cayman Town. Flora, fauna, demographics, economy, transport. I don't know. This show's gone weird. Can we compare government censorship? You can do whatever you want somewhere not on my show. We're not going to get political and so on and so forth. Would you have ever thought that in your lifetime you will have experienced the rise and fall of plastic bags? I thought that when I was like 8. I was like, you know what is going to happen? No, obviously not. Plastic bags, when I was growing up, were just ubiquitous. You didn't think about them at all. And they were just a thing that existed. But it's the same as like the corded telephone. Did you ever think when you were growing up that like one day these assholes won't have cords and be plugged into the wall? No. Oh, obviously, it's like, yeah, when you go get groceries, they come, you put them in the bags. Well, actually, somebody else did back then. Then you bring them home, and then you either throw them out like a huge asshole to the planet, or you reuse them as garbage bags under the kitchen sink. I mean, it's good. It sucks, but it's good. That we're not making like petroleum into things to carry our groceries in, I think is good. The less we can do of that, the better. Do need to find a better way to carry groceries other than my damn armload because I forgot my bags. I like Costco. I like Costco because all the boxes that all of their stuff comes in, you can then take your stuff home with. I like that system. Wash dishes by hand to save electricity. Now it's used the dishwasher to save water. Yeah. Yeah. I just buy those reusable bags every time and throw them out. Perfect. Perfect. I'm gonna make wooden totes. No, I'm not. Like, to make handcrafted wooden tote that I bring to the grocery store with me. Out of walnut and purple heart. I'm just gonna give them away at the front door with the Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff logo on them. Get like 6 more subscribers. Costco is the best. Costco is, of all the grocery stores, I think I agree. Yeah, I think Costco is the best grocery store. It's expensive because you're buying 4 liters of barbecue sauce. Sorry, for my American friends, you're buying a gallon of barbecue sauce instead of like a cup or whatever. Comes in a regular jar. But like a gallon of barbecue sauce lasts you a long time. Costco is also known to treat their staff the best. My buddy Mark works at Costco and came from other retail businesses to Costco and agrees with you. He's like, this is the best retail job in the world. Like, I mean, obviously it's got its problems, but in terms of a corporate structure and things like that, he's happy there. He's been there a decade, maybe more than that. Bullpost already got 3 new followers. You're welcome. Okay, it's kind of, like I said, I'm kind of a big deal. Like, I'm an influencer. When I tell people to check stuff out. Speaking of which, if I could get a few more people to go to the Starbond link and buy some Starbond glue, that'd be cool. There's a link in the description with a discount code. My friends at Starbond would like me to sell more glue for them, I think. I don't know this for a fact, but I have not made a lot of money through Starbond. And I am afeared that if I don't sell some more Starbond glue for them, they're going to stop sending me free glue. And I would like to continue that relationship. Bought a Beaver chuck because of this channel. Not a guy. Don't own a lathe, but I have a chuck. It's pretty heavy. Like, I mean, you could use it to clamp things. You could use it to weigh down. If you use one of those hamburger press things where you squidge your hamburger, you could use a Beaver chuck. Yeah. If it didn't ship from the US, I would, but it's too much. Yeah, I know. It's not an awesome relationship for a Canadian to have in terms of a glue situation. But for my American friends, the discount code on the Starbond glue makes it worth buying. Go do it. Yeah. beer and smoke. I want them to keep sending me glue. I can just picture me like sending them an email being like, "Hey, can I get a new box of glue?" and them being like, "No. Why would we keep sending you glue?" I want to support that, but Lee Valley has free shipping, gets my Starbond business. So I should talk to Starbond about getting me a Lee Valley affiliate code. That's what I should do. Karate Northwest Shintokai. Thank you very much for popping in, my friend. It's been a while. How you doing? Everybody, this is my friend Nigel. He's probably the best musician I know. He performed the soundtrack for my guitar build video series. He's gonna call you out on your resolutions? Why? You omitted your produce release original songs. Oh, I admitted that in the video that I called myself out on. Open offer always stands. Yeah, he also has like an in-home recording studio that I last year was planning on using alongside his efforts to make my single that I was gonna do. It just didn't work out. I didn't have enough time. I didn't. That's not true. I had enough time. We all have enough time. We make decisions on how to spend that time. And I didn't decide often enough to make music a priority for me last year. To the point where I could actually like record a single. Amy's here. Let the party begin. Look out. I bet them tunes are good to go though. Oh, really? I don't. Maybe one of them. I think I got close on one to the point where we could probably work it into something that is okay. And that was the goal. That was to release one original song. I probably could have managed to do it, but you know, it's about prioritizing things. Oh, Gersh is the worst. Ah, get it? Because it's a rhyme. At one point, Nigel, we were also gonna do a nunchuck video. I was gonna make some nunchucks for you. I think we talked about a knife block as well at one point. Yeah, it's been a little while. Good to see you, my friend. If anybody is interested in checking out some of Nigel's music, you can Google or go to YouTube and search Gibby Nick, Nik, Gibby Nik, and he will show up there. He's a fantastic musician. So you have to find a new slogan when I get married and change my name. Well, what are you gonna? What's your last name gonna be? We can figure it out right now. Bona Kitch? How do you pronounce that? Bonachich? Amy Bonachich? Can't teach me about tomorrow. Don't make me go get the guitar. All the pain and sorrow running free. Go against the grain and change your first name. Bonasich. Bonasich? No, don't use that. You tell Guy, okay, that his last name is too hard, and you're not going to use that. Or I can make up a last name for you like I do with Hubba Your last name is going to be Bonash. Amy Bonash. I like it. That's good. Oh. Yeah, he can become Gersh. There you go. Oh, you're right. That's the ex's last name. Why don't you go back to whatever yours was? Amy Jones or whatever. And then he can take Jones. We'll get this figured out. Following the Grain EP. Mike Davies. I think I was going to name the EP. I did have a name for it. I had 4 songs that I wanted to work on and make into the EP, and I did have a name for it. And I think it was one of the lines from one of them. I don't remember, man. It's been too long. Now I want to go get the guitar. Make up a new last name for both of you. There you go. Nigel is also one of the very few people other than me who has played Dawn. Three people other than me have played Dawn. Because my maiden name is also the surname of a Nazi. Okay. Well, let's just pick a new one. Let's start fresh. You can do Hootie. I have played Hootie and the Blowfish. Yes. Dawn played you. We had a little bit of a nut problem on Dawn, but I think for a first ever guitar, that was pretty good. It still is pretty good. It's very pretty. It's very heavy. But it sounds okay. Couple of dead spots. Couple of fret buzzes. Around 11 on a couple of strings. In my first guitar, you know? I did not see that coming. Hey-oh! It feels like I'm gonna go get the guitar. Amy Hitler. I somehow doubt that it was Hitler, but Wagon Wheel. I have played Wagon Wheel in the past as well. Yeah. Heading down south. Something in the old blue string band. Not good with words. The Nazi headlights. Rock me, mama. Yeah, I have played that. I've played a little bit of everything. I don't know if you guys like if we've had the full on discussion about like I made my living, as much of a living as you can call it. I paid I paid rent and ate food by playing guitar and singing songs in front of a liquor store for 8 months at one point in my life. Not good with words, Mike Davies, journalist, ex-journalist. Thank you very much. And I'm not good with remembering lyrics. I misspoke. Okay, I don't remember lyrics well. I'm pretty good at playing while reading lyrics. There's too many lyrics in the world. There's too many to remember. Ex-journalist, always writer. I would like to think so. I would like to think so. Did you stripe your beard? Yeah, I was painting it in earlier. No, it's probably just going gray, my friend. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Gray coming in through the backside over here. That's... Woo! The beard of Zeus. Milk was a bad choice. Perfect line. Oh, this one going right through here. Yeah, there's a little more gray coming in here than there is in here. You're right. But maybe it's just the light. See, if I go like that, it goes away. I have wagon wheel stuck in my head. Way to go. I bet Nigel's played wagon wheel enough times in his life. Like SoCal and Riptide and stuff like that. That's the kind of shit people want to hear. Fart sack Jack. I already know that I want my friend Pinnell to keep my eye on you. Kind of shit sleepers think they're listening to. Sleepers think they're listening. I don't know what that means, but welcome back, Fart Sack. Has he been here before? And I don't know why you're yelling. Like, you can take the caps lock off, my friend. Don't know what's happening with the show. I might go get a guitar. We'll look up some words. We'll play some songs. Was my brother Fart Sack Jake? Oh, maybe. Maybe that's why. It's pouring here. We still haven't really gotten our blast of winter. I'm assuming that we'll probably get it in February. We'll probably get like a big blast of winter. Know any Prine? I don't know any Prine. I was fortunate enough to see John Prine in one of his probably last performances at Nigel, what's the one called in Courtney? The big fest. I don't remember what it's called. It was one of the last concerts that I covered when I was at the paper. Vancouver Island Music Fest. Right. John Prine was one of the headliners in the second last year I was at the paper, third last year that I was at the paper. And I went down and I had a good time watching that and taking photos. I was within about 14 feet of John Prine playing music up on the stage. I was down in the photographers only pit area, like between where the crowd can be and the stage. I got to be in that area because I was a journalist. I'd love to see those pics. I probably have them somewhere. They don't belong to me, but probably have some. There might be. Let's go. Might have a couple on the internet. Hold on. FullRiverMirror.com still exists? Is it still a place? And we can search here for John Prine and see if there's a couple. Hold on. I took that photo. Is that literally all that they put up? Yeah. There's one photo I took on the internet of being down in front of John Prine. I have many more somewhere, but hold on. It's not even the same year, I don't think. Maybe it was. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Go Music Fest. There's no results for Music Fest Mike Davies. Okay. Well, in any case, I think that was my photo. You don't look like your headshot. No, I don't. I used to be much shorter bearded. I'm gonna go get a guitar. That's where people start leaving. It's when I go get a guitar. It's always fun. It's always fun. It doesn't always sound good, but it's always fun. Guitar. Did you say time to go? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Good night, everybody. It's okay. I'll just play by myself in the garage. I don't care. I don't need you guys. I'm gonna go get one. I got a minute. Probably should have got a stand too. Hold on, I gotta get a stand for it, because otherwise I'll wreck it. Oh. I'll get mine. Teach me a tune. Don't come here to learn. It's a good point. It's a good point. Ooh, I have. Oh, it'd be funny if I had a pick in my pocket. I used to make sure that I always had a. Oh, that's funny. Get it approximately in tune. At least in relation to itself. Is close enough to being in tune for this nonsense show. Why you punish me? Really? We're gonna do Hootie and the Blowfish? I'm not gonna do that one if I do Hootie and the Blowfish. What's the one that I do? Sits alone by a lamppost. Get rid of some fingernails. Just rip them off. Didn't need them anyway. Oh, here he is with the guitar again. It's cold outside and she had to be a raincoat. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, we're at one more now. And new beer. You guys heard the version of this where he does live in concert just on the piano? It's way, way, way better. outside, she has no raincoat. She's always worried about things like that. She says it's all gonna end and it might as well be my fault. She only sleeps when it's raining. She screams and her voice is strange. She says, baby, it's 3 a.m. I must be lonely. She says, baby, I can't help but be scared. I've been old sometimes. The rain's gonna wash away, I believe it. Got a little bit of something, a little bit's better than nothing. Tell her portrait world she's believing it all. She swears the moon don't hang quite as high as it used to. She only sleeps when it's raining. Screams and her voice is strange. She says, baby, it's 3 a.m. but I must be lonely. She says, baby, well, I can't help but be scared. I've been old sometimes. And it rains, I believe it. She believes that life is made up of all that she used to. And the clock at the wall has been stuck at 3 for days and days. She thinks that happiness is a map that sits on a doorway. But outside it starts raining. She says, baby, well, it's 3 a.m. but I must be lonely. She says, baby, well, I can't help but be scared. I've been old sometimes. The rain's gonna wash away, and I believe that. 3 a.m. must be lonely. She says, baby, she says, baby, she says, baby, I can't help but be scared. I've been old sometimes. That's the end of the song. Just ran up to the end of the song. Didn't know how to finish it. And I think that's wrong. Hey! Oh, now I'm demonetized. That's copyright infringement. Rocks, yeah! No. Here. and everybody's gone. That's fine. I'll hang out by myself. Literally, I'm watching the numbers go down. Here, Roxanne is the perfect follow-up. No. No, police are too good. Only dropped by 6 for that song. Oh, that's good. It's like a third. Only a third of the people who were watching are no longer watching. That's good. If I play one more, I can lose another third. So first time here, all I can say is, what did I just stumble onto? Well, welcome to the show, Dixon's Woodshop, aka Dan Dixon. We talk about woodworking, and sometimes I drink beer, and most of the time I drink beer. And then sometimes the guitar comes out. Sometimes I make things. Not tonight. Not making anything tonight, but we're hanging out. We've got our nice little community of people who support each other. Amy's got a good point. You stumbled onto the, what was it? Biggest bunch of not creepy weirdos on the internet. I would agree with that. We are weird, but we're weird in a fun, not creepy way. And we care about each other, and we support each other. And sometimes I get drunk and play guitar. Does it all fit right in then? You're welcome to be around. Every Saturday night. Almost every Saturday night. We hang out, we talk about woodworking, sometimes we make stuff, sometimes I get drunk and play guitar. And every week it's just kind of like people just come and make fun of me, and in a nice, lighthearted, friendly kind of way. Bailey made it. Missed the first song. It's true. You did miss the Matchbox 20. Thanks for welcome, everyone. I promise I'm not trying to steal the show, but thank you. There's no stealing the show. The show is a bunch of nonsense. It's a fun time to hang out with my friends on the internet, and however it goes, it goes. Earlier we were talking about all kinds of weirdness. Yeah. Mike is on camera, but we're just hanging out and being silly. It's true. I'm on camera and everybody else just is hanging out, talking to each other, and sometimes me. Did you like the Casey Chambers video I sent you? I absolutely did. I sent it to a few other people and said, like, damn, this is what a cover should be. Like, when you're going to reinterpret a song and play it in your own style, that's the example of what you should do. You're like, if you're going to completely break down and tear apart and re-put together a song in your style, that's what it should be. Earlier was show and tell. We did do show and tell when people sent me projects and things and we showed them off. I've got my computer over here. Very cool. This is a once a week live stream every Saturday night. Last week I did, or last year I think I did every Saturday and then a couple of bonus like Mondays. I did 62 live shows last year. Make sure you like and subscribe and click the notification bell and go to patreon.com/woodenthings and stuff and buy a Linda mattress and sign up for Raid Shadow Legends and whatever. All the things that you're supposed to say as a YouTube guy. Sometimes we just make fun of YouTube. And other social media platforms. But I'm going to take a quick break and go use the washroom facility beside my house in the carport. It's not really even a carport. It's just like an open area beside my house. And I'll be back in a minute. Hey, Pinnell's probably getting paid tonight too. Pinnell's my one employee. He's my moderator. He gets paid a percentage of all of the income I make any live show where I get demonetized. So that's probably going to happen. I'm going to go urinate in public back in a minute. It's not public. It's my own property. It's the bank's, really, but I own. It's private property. Hope he's not arrested before he gets back on here. It's dark. It's my own property. Looking for the phrase he's looking for in regards to the open space is neighbor's driveway. You know damn well that it's not. Okay? Bennett. Beer. And off-screen cigarette. I might have gotten my fill of the guitar. That might have been all I needed for playing music. I don't know. Come on, it's pretty darn close. There's a gap between the pile of blue chip in my driveway and the neighbor's driveway. It's like 14 feet. Come on. It's your beverage. Oh, I didn't actually need a new beer yet. I still got my beverage of choice. Most of the time, the unofficial beverage of the live show is the Sleeman Original Lager. Because I can get a 15-pack of it for approximately the same price as 12 other things of a comparable value. And it's not terrible, but it's more of a value beer. Sometimes I try new whiskeys on the show. I do have an affinity for Scotch that I sometimes have on the show. Sometimes people talk me into buying a new bottle of bourbon that I've never tried. Yeah. I can appreciate that logic. But it just makes sense. Like if they all kind of like North American lagers, let's be honest, they all kind of taste kind of the same. So if you get a bonus 3 beer for the same price, yeah, go ahead and do that. He really needs Patreon support. It's the equivalent of a PBR. It's not. It's a step up, but not a huge step up. It's a quality Canadian made lager that has enough flavor for it to not be watery, gross nonsense. It's okay. It's all right. It's a good value. Okay? Patreon.com/wooden. Is it Canadian Bud Light? No, Canadian Bud Light would be what would it be? Kokanee? Canadian. There's a Molson Canadian is like kind of, I mean, it's a little better than Bud Light, but I mean, North American lagers are all kind of the same. Find one that doesn't suck and is a decent price point and just live there. For North American lagers, that's just the preferred beer would be. Oh, it's an interesting question. Like, what's my favorite beer? Like, if I could just drink, I go different. I go in different directions. I like a sort of a medium dark, not hoppy, but relatively malty, but not dessert beer. I like Phillips Blue Buck is a small brewery in Victoria that makes a pretty good beer. That's sort of middle range. It's not heavy, but it has enough body that you know that you're. I like a brewery called Lighthouse makes a beer called Race Rocks, which is along those same lines. It's Canadian Bud Light would have to be something by Molson or Labatt's. Yeah, Labatt Blue. But is Molson Canadian? Is MGD? Miller Genuine Draft would be like the American equivalent of Molson Canadian. And they're all kind of the same. Budweiser, Bud Light, Coors, all of those. Kokanee. And that's why I have found the Sleeman Original Lager is probably the best of those. And I get bonus beer for just a little bit more. I think I pay about $30 for 15. And it's like maybe 27 or something for 12 of those other guys, 20, 26, 27. So I pay a couple more dollars and I get 3 more beer. Kilkenny is a good beer. It's a little dark. I do enjoy it. I would say more along the lines, if we're talking about European beers, it would be more along the lines of like an Innocent Gun. It'd be sort of that medium range beer is probably my preference in terms of dark, light, malt, hop. Like a good Hefeweizen or Belgian ales, darker but not hoppy. Can't stomach IPA. Winters are for stouts. Yeah, but only 1 or 2. It's not like you don't just sit down and drink a dozen stouts, right? This is the other reason on the show that I drink light beer. Like it's 5%. It goes down relatively well. Yeah, where are you at, Dan? Dixon's Wood Shop. I like to know where people are coming in from. Amy's in California. Pinnell's on the east coast of Canada. Waldrop's in Texas. Sean McGill, if he's still here, is in Ottawa. Kansas City. Go Chiefs. I can't really go Chiefs at this point, but I'm a big fan of Patty Mahomes. Got a Navy bud living out in Kansas City. Cool. Latinus in Ohio. Yeah, I have a few Ohioans. Got some people up in Minnesota, Wisconsin area that tune in. I got some New Yorkers. New Yorkites, I think we figured out that they're called, if they don't live in New York City. If you live in New York City, you're a New Yorker. If you live in New York State, but not New York City, you're a New Yorkite. I figured that out. I made it up. Pretty well hated right now. I get it though. Well, yeah. I mean, when you're the current dynasty, say everybody loved to hate the Patriots, right? Makes sense. Everybody loved to hate the Dallas Cowboys in the 80s, 90s, I guess. Should have a draw for something again so Beckham shows up? No. Just costs me money. Every time I do a draw for something, it costs me money. And we've already established that I don't have enough of that. And tonight's demonetized, so I'm down another 70 cents. Once I change jobs, I'll be paying you more monthly again. That's not okay. Thank you. I understand. But you know that's not what I mean, right? Like I'm never gonna complain. Like I'm not actually complaining. Just pick my name and don't send it again. Did I do that? Is he right? Did I draw something and pick his name and then never send it? Maybe I did. It was a keychain. I drew for a keychain and Pinnell won it and I never sent it. Because sometimes my brain doesn't work properly and I completely forget that that's what it was. He didn't want it. I was like, he won it. And then he was like, didn't you tell me, like, hey, don't bother because I don't want that? Just sell it. Didn't you tell me? Didn't you tell me to not send it? Here we are now. Entertain us. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. That's a good album. They were not as good as I remember them being at the time because they were really, really. That's a big Band-Aid, my dude. This is for at work today. Oh man, I haven't even talked about work today. Work today was a shit show. We had 8 between classes and birthday parties at the shop. We had 8 events happening today. And at 9:47 in the morning, we open at 10. The first two parties, well, a class and a party, was scheduled for 10 o'clock. And at 9:47, power went out. So that's pretty sweet. We managed to get a generator running outside and ran an extension cord in to get some lights for the class that was happening. And then we've got a bunch of lights. We've got a bunch of lights strung up, big cord of bulbs, and they're black light bulbs for glow in the dark parties. So I went to go change a bulb from a black light bulb to a regular bulb so that we could see a little better. We could see. It wasn't stupid dark, but we needed to change out a black light for a regular light. And I grabbed the bulb, not thinking that it was going to be smoking stupid hot, and burned the shit out of this finger. But we made it through. Power was out for about 4 hours. Overlapped 3 classes and parties. We made it work. Pulled it together. And then did the rest of the day with power. But by the way, black light bulbs get stupid hot. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Pinnell. I should have messaged you first and been like, hey, is this bulb going to be hot when I grab it? Yeah. This is probably like a huge, like this is probably blistering and gonna peel away eventually. Like this is not great. This guy right here. Yes, it will be stupid hot is what I would have said. Yeah, if I would have had the time at the time to message some friends and ask. Because honestly, like we've gotten to a point in technology where most light bulbs, if they're on, you can grab them and unscrew them and it doesn't burn the shit out of your hand. Not that guy. Nope. That guy was hot. Like, I mean, and I'm climbing up on a stool in the middle of a class of people that are learning stuff to like swap out the light bulb, and I burned my hand and I like let out a couple of expletives like in the middle of the class. I came back and apologized for my outburst, and they were all like, dude, don't, like, we get it, like that was bad. I was like, you want to see everybody? It wasn't awesome. And that was about 11 o'clock in the morning. And then, so for the last 6 hours today, I had this situation going on. Don't worry, we all knew that bulb was stupid hot. No, they didn't. Eric Hubback, it doesn't have a channel. Any incandescent is hot. Let's another thing that we can. Let's talk about the shop stool some more. Let's talk about the 3 guitars that I have on the go that I still haven't finished. Let's talk. You guys are the worst. I tell you about injuring myself, and you all just point and laugh and be like, any other idiot in the world would know this. So what did you learn, Mike? I learned, shut up. I did learn. Here's a lesson. Here's a lesson to learn for today. If you're a business and you rely on having power and light in your business, have some kind of backup situation for when the power goes out if you need to continue to operate. Whether that's a generator or a series of flashlights and LED bars or something that are battery operated. Because it's pretty stressful when the power goes out and you have an entire day of activity planned that people have paid a lot of money to do. So I think probably next week, Nadia is going to be shopping for some. I told her about these guys. I don't know if this one is currently operational, but these kinds of flashlights that have various functions where there's like an LED bar of lights. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, there's a little bit of light coming through. It's not great, but it's got pointy. It's got, depending on how many times you press the button, ooh, it's got various stages of bright there. And it's got a hangy. And it's got magnets. So you can put these guys up all over the place if you want. This one's not in great. It's probably just needs new batteries. But it's got a hangy that comes out of the back. And you can hang. You can magnet. Got LED strips here. Pointy bit there. I think that it was maybe $15. I was like, just go buy us a whack of these to have laying around so that we can actually like do stuff if the power goes out. There goes the lathe budget. Oh, damn. Maybe. What do you call this magnificent new device, Mike? This is called a flashlight. But this particular one also has like a pivoting bit. It's got magnets on this part. We could magnet it to things, or we could hang it. Like, this is a pretty good thing. And if we had a whack of these just like sitting in a drawer and we could pop them out, we could have made do for most of what we needed to do today. Get the emergency glow sticks and turn it into a rave. It's funny you say that, because one of the parties, I don't know why I did that. It was an actual like birthday party. It was a glow in the dark party with glow sticks and black lights, which is why we needed the generator to run the black lights that I'd burned the shit out of my finger on. If you're British, wrong your. It's apostrophe R-E. Use English properly. It's also called a torch. Yeah. British people call these torches. Idiots. Look, Mike, I'm drunk, so my spelling isn't right. It's no excuse. So do the French. In French, it's called a luminaire. English to French. Maybe. It's pretty close. Computer's being Lampe de poche. Maybe. My spelling has issues even when I'm sober. I'm a chef. We don't need to know how to spell. It's true. It's true. I appreciate people taking the effort to put the extra apostrophe RE in terms of using the right, like, or who's new guy? Dan? I do get a little bit pedantic about your use of language here. I have multiple degrees in the use of English language and communicating using said language. So it's one of the very few things I get to make fun of other people for. They have many, many things to make fun of me for. But one of the very few things that I get to go back at them for is their use of language. If they don't do it properly, I might come at them. You're a smartass. It's fair. Your stool needs to be. I'm punch you right in the. Unpopular opinion. Everyone undercooks their steak. I only disagree because of the way that you phrased it. I don't think everyone undercooks their steak. I think a lot of people don't cook their steak as much as they want it to be cooked because they think that they're not supposed to. I think people order a medium rare steak because if they ordered a medium well steak, it would be frowned upon. Like there's a weird thing. Like, eat your steak however you enjoy it. If you want a well done steak, cook it. Cook the shit out of it. If that's how you enjoy the steak, eat it that way. Cook it that way. Okay, you cooked a steak for me before and it was perfect. So you can know how I like them, but you can tell that I think other people undercook their steaks. Yeah, but if that's how they enjoy it, like I enjoy a medium rare to medium steak. Not because I think that's the way to cook a steak, it's just that's how I want it. You wanted your steak medium well, so I cooked it that way. Did I say like, oh, like, I guess I'll just burn the shit out of it? Like, no, cook the steak how you want to eat it. If you want a well done steak, order a well done steak, cook the shit out of it, and burn it if that's how you enjoy it. But there is you actually did say that? Okay, but only in jest. Because Jen likes it that way too. Jen wants a well done steak. I happily cook it for you if that's how you're going to enjoy it. What I don't want to have happen is for people to say that they're going to enjoy it that way and then complain that it's that way. I worked in restaurants for too long, my friend, to have people order a steak cooked a certain way, have it be cooked that way, and then complain that it was cooked that way. You order a well done steak, I might judge you a little bit and be like, I don't know why they like their steak this way, but it's not my fault. That's probably bad parenting. But if that's how you like it, that's how you're going to get it. I'm going to cook it that way. Don't complain when it's dry as fuck and you have to coat it in barbecue sauce in order to enjoy it. If that's how you enjoy your steak, that's fine. that exact night that I cooked you that steak, Mark had his blue. And I think I had that thing on the grill for about 2.5 minutes aside, maybe, and smacked it on his plate. And he was like, "This is perfect." That's not how I want my steak. That's how you like it. Happy to do it for you. Everybody can like what they like. I think Pinnell even said that earlier. And I mean, I don't want to support the things that Pinnell says, but yeah, got to run. But I'll definitely be back next week. All right, we're here every Saturday, 5:45 Pacific time ish. I get off work at 5, and I come home and set up and do the show 5:45 ish every Saturday. Come on by. It's weird, but it's fun weird. Greg Browning, medium rare for me. Yeah, that's about where I live. I could go up to a medium. What I don't want is to order medium rare and get medium well. Just cook it how I ask you to, please. Then it's on me if I don't like it. But if I order medium rare and you cook it medium well and I don't like it, then that's on you. I think people overcook fish. I think that people cook fish too long and let it dry out. You're right. People overcook steaks or undercook steaks because they think that, like, especially guys, like dudes think like, oh, I have to eat my meat as rare as it can be for me to be a big tough guy. If you don't like a rare steak, don't order a rare steak just because it makes you like a tough guy who eating my rare steak. If you like a medium well steak or a well done steak, just eat it how you want to eat it. Stop being a sensitive snowflake, Mr. Tough Guy. I think more people need thermometers. It could help, but thermometers put a skewer into your steak, so you're letting juices out. But here's an interesting tip if anybody doesn't know. Amy, do you know, you obviously, do you believe in, Amy knows what I'm saying right now. I don't, it's not exact, like it's not a foolproof method, but Amy knows what I'm saying right now. Is that a system that you can jive with? Because I think it's okay. I don't think obviously it's not perfect, but Buffington knows. You need a second hand. So this meaty chunk right here at the base of your thumb, if you press these two fingers together, this is one softness. These two, it gets a little bit harder. These two, it gets a little harder. Family show, settle down. These two, it gets a little harder. And you can kind of use this system to gauge how well done a steak is, as long as you're using it. It takes some frame of reference. Um, like, and you have to know like how you don't like squidge your fingers together. It's like the compression of these fingers tightening up this muscle. It takes some practice, but you can figure out that like well done, medium well, medium-ish, meh. But everybody's gonna have their own amount of pressing and how hard you push on this versus your steak, whatever. But it's a way to gauge once you figure it out. So like less well done, more well done. This muscle right here, if you touch your fingers together. Bad explanation, but no pressing. Just touch them together. Yeah, I mean or you can press really hard, as long as you know, like between the pressure here and the pressure here, you can make reference. Ring finger and some crispy edges. Yeah. I just want like I'm honestly I'm not that picky with my steak. I don't want it cooked all the way through. I don't want it raw around the edges. I want pink to reddish right in the middle, and pink towards the outside, and then a nice sear. Medium-ish. Beer. I don't want medium well. I want there to still be some relatively decent amount of pink in the middle. What do you do to the fish's lips to test, Amy? This could get. It's a cake tester. You poke in the fish to touch your lip, sanitized before you put it in the fish. Just don't put it on for as long as you think it needs. It's fine. People eat that shit raw. Okay, it's like under versus overcook fish. Overcooked fish is, I think overcooked fish is worse than overcooked steak. Depending on the quality of the fish. Yeah, no, not even. Overcooked fish is worse than overcooked steak. Nobody's even still watching. It's okay. It's okay. I'm having fun hanging out with my friends on the internet. We'll wrap this up pretty soon, probably. I'm gonna do this again, because when I get drinking into a rhythm, unfortunately, this is a thing that happens. So we were talking about like your health issues and stuff earlier. I'm sure that my lungs and my liver are not very good. But if you don't talk to doctors about it, you don't know. That's life hack. If you just don't ask the medical professionals, you can't find out. This, I should have a disclaimer scrolling across the bottom. Like, this is not actual advice or something. don't listen to me when it comes to like taking care of your health. Don't come here to learn. Buffington, don't come here to learn. Yeah, I only know if there's something actually wrong with you. Yeah, and see, that's my problem too. But by the time I'm smart enough to know that the thing that's going to go wrong with me, by the time I notice it, it's going to be too late to actually do anything about it. Like by the time you notice yourself without a medical professional that you have liver cancer, it's probably too late for it to be fixed. But at the same time, if you don't go get checked, they can't tell you you have it, and therefore you don't have it yet. Right? I think so. You used to live like that. Now I have a heart condition. Yeah. Well, Amy, you always had a heart condition. It was just too good. Your heart was always too good, and it couldn't contain its awesomeness. So it expanded, and like it didn't have anywhere to go. As long as it's cooked properly. The liver? Oh. Yeah, liver's another thing with cooking. I should do a cooking show. I would do more cooking episodes if I was better at keeping my kitchen clean. But I'm not. So I don't. And that's the reality of that. Yes, loved your French onion soup show. Such a good recipe. It is. That's a good recipe. I do it. I do French onion soup maybe. I don't know, for quarterly at least. I would say at least every 3 months, I do a batch of French onion soup for dinner. And every time I send a pic to my friend Pinnell because he still doesn't have French onion soup bowls, and it makes him a little bit jealous, I think. Because he really wants to try it, but he doesn't want to pay the like $14 for the bowl that goes in the oven. And I don't blame him. Like, French onion soup bowls are not cheap. But every time I make it, I send him a pic and be like, French onion soup date. If anybody wants to sponsor Chris Pinnell's French onion soup endeavor, he can be found at Chris Pinnell at patreon.com. No, he can't. That'd be funny though. We could start a GoFundMe or something. Or Kickstarter? No, a GoFundMe. We'll start a GoFundMe for Chris Pinnell's French onion soup bowls so that he can try it. It's like, like the guy who has Yatoba floors in his house. We're gonna do a GoFundMe so he can get French onion soup bowls. It's not like I've been here looking for cheap bowls for 2 years. I looked once and they were like $50 for a set of 4. And that was the last time you looked at them. $50 for a set of, buy the French onion soup bowls, man. You're missing out on a quality of life issue, my friend. Every time, like, you could have used those French onion soup bowls 10 times in the last couple of years since you looked at those. And every time you used them, you would have been like, damn, this was a good investment. You want a one-handled soup crock. Soup crock. Yeah, it's the same thing. They repackage them. Okay. French onion soup bowl. See now you're paying more because inflation. Now we're up at $60 for a 4-pack from Amazon. Wayfair, for God's sakes, is $85. $15 each from these guys. Temu, here you go. Temu. Oh, don't buy those. Those will probably give you poison. That's gonna cancer you for sure. $12.24 each from Temu, and plus bonus cancer. Don't do that. 4-pack for $25 at Target right now in the States. Yeah. Okay, kids. All right. Later, Mikey B. See you for band practice on Monday. Damn, I forgot Pinella's in Canada. He is, yeah. Just put an alert on your Canadian Tire app for their set. Hold on. Let's go to Canadian Tire. French onion soup. Canadian Tire. French. I am sure they have one. Is it from Legacina or something? Starfrit onion soup bowls, $12.99 each at Canadian Tire. Really, dude? You have floors made of Yatoba. And a grand piano, I think. A baby grand? What does your wife play? Yeah. Four-pack for $50, cheaper than one for $12.99. Okay, we don't math here. Okay, settle down. Starfrit onion bowls, $13 a pop. If you use those 3 times a year, they improve your quality of life. They're pretty boring looking, but that's fine. $60.99 for the Amazon Vic Rays French with a nice blue. Don't buy from Amazon. Honestly, the Canadian Tire ones are coming from cheap garbage China too. So It, the Starfrit are a 2-pack for $12.99. It's like $6.50. Pinnell. You use some of your Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff YouTube earnings. Buy some French onion soup bowls. Anyway, this show has gone in numerous weird directions. The GoFundMe. We'll start a GoFundMe for Pinnell. Why don't you start selling floor blanks? You grab the jigsaw or the oscillating, the Mastercraft oscillating tool, and go cut some pen blanks out of your floor to sell. Just right along the edge. Like I said, right along the edge where you can like just make a thicker like molding. Just cut out some Yatoba blanks, sell them, and you can afford soup bowls. Oh damn! I love this show. Thank you so much, you guys, for being fun with me on the internet. Except for Pinnell. Boo. Should we get it wrapped up? Should I play another song to wrap up the night? Pinnell's in the doghouse until he buys the soup bowls. No, it's fine. Like he can go ahead and not buy them. I'm just going to keep pointing out to him how much quality of life he is losing by not knowing what it like. A good quality French onion soup once in a while is like seriously a gorgeous, beautiful thing. And it's not hard, and it's delicious, and it makes your life better. So I'm just going to keep pointing it out. All right. Also, Zuppa Toscana greatly improves your quality of life. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to trust you because you're a quality person with good opinions. Oh. Damn. I found a set of onion soup bowls. Do they need to be French? Well, if they're not French, they need to at least smoke cigarettes and wear berets. Just, it needs to be something you can put in and out of the oven yo. You need to be able to put it under the broiler and pull it back out because you need to be able to melt the shit. I don't speak French either. Is that a problem? Well, yeah. You live on the east coast of Canada and you don't speak French? That is a problem, my friend. Like, how do you know what the people in New Brunswick are saying? Because they have a weird blend of French and English, those New Brunswickers. New Brunswickites? You want porcelain or ceramic to survive the oven? Yeah, because anything you can stick in an oven or under a salamander, you're probably not going to look that up. But like oven safe soup bowl. Or use a regular bowl and get a... No, it's not the same. I was going to say, you get a torch, but it's not the same. Alternatively, you can char and melt the cheese with a blowtorch. Amy, sames. Like, this is exactly what I went to go grab mine. I don't know where it is. You can like creme brulee torch and stuff, but it's not the same. Can I put them in my pizza oven? Yeah, you can. I don't know that I would put the Temu ones. Don't get the Temu ones. They're going to have oven ratings on them in terms of temperature. Feels like a pizza oven is probably going to be hotter. They just need to go under the broiler. God. Don't always have to fuck her hard. In fact, sometimes that's not right to do. Sometimes you got to make some low. Fucking give us some smooches too. Sometimes you got to squeeze. Sometimes you got to say please. Sometimes you got to say, hey, I'm gonna fuck you softly. I'm gonna screw you gently. I'm gonna hump you sweetly. I'm gonna ball you discreetly. And then you say, hey, I bought you flowers. Then you say, wait a minute, Sally. Think I got something in my teeth. Would you get it out for me? That's fucking teamwork. What's your favorite possession? That's cool with me. It's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you. What's your favorite dish? I'm not gonna cook it, but I'll order it from Zanzibar. So gonna love you completely, and then I'll fucking fuck you discreetly, and then I'll fucking bone you completely. But then I'm gonna fuck you hard. All right. So, don't have anything more to talk about. I will wrap it up. 3 hours tonight. That's not too bad. It's much less than 4. That's only 75% as long as 4 hours. See how quick I did that math? Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Go make something and be kind to each other. Find a stranger and tell them they're doing a good job at whatever they're doing. The next time you're in the grocery store, tell somebody that they're doing a good job. Let's build each other up instead of tearing each other down. Okay? Bye for now. Ooh, next, this coming week, we're going to have the Wolverine jig setup video coming out. And then I'm going to get Mike back for director of photography work and make the new hatchet handle. Refurbish the old hatchet that got left out in the winter. And maybe some other things. And I'm going to keep working away at my little... Damn it. My necklace pendant things. I'm going to keep working on a few more designs of these over the next little while as well. It's finicky and it's not my favorite kind of woodworking, but they are rad. And if I can get better and faster at them, I think people will pay money for them, with just whether or not I can get better enough at them to make it worth my time to what people will pay for them. I don't know. Hard to say. I'd use that as a keychain, not a necklace. Well, you know what? Amy, that's funny, because the last time I made a keychain, you were like, that's way too big for my pocket. And it was way smaller than this. So what is it? What, like, can you make up your mind about whether you want little keychain or big keychain? Because the keychain that I made that you were like, damn, that is big. This is bigger than that. So I think we need to have a talk about consistency. I don't wear necklaces though. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. You like maybe like a dangly from the rearview mirror, a rearview mirror dangly. You'd like sprinkle some essential oils on there, and it'll like smell like fucking lavender or whatever. Well, this one's clearly going to have some scuffs, but it was the first one ever. I think for my first ever pendant, like necklace pendant thingy, it's pretty awesome. And that's all I have to say about that. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. Have you seen the pockets in girl pants? Bye for now, everybody. Thank you so much. This 3 hours was the best 3 hours of my week. Bye for now. I did not press the button. Don't forget, bulbs are stupid hot. Blacklight bulbs, especially. That blacklight bulb was like 4 million Kelvin or something. I don't know how the glass didn't melt on the outside of that thing. Like, dude, I don't even want to look. Like, I ran it under cold water for a long ass time, and then I did wrap with the pads on all of this side of the. I don't want to take this off and look at it. Like, it's entirely possible that this whole section of my finger is just dissolved, like some kind of Batman villain, vat of acid or something. Later, everybody. Where's the... Oh, because they moved it over there. That's why I thought I'd turned it off. Because YouTube innovating again just moved things around. It used to be up here. Now it's over there. In what way does that improve anybody's experience? Just by moving the X? Stop it with your, like, let's change things. I'm gonna have to have a talk with Jim YouTube about their constant need to change things that aren't broken.